Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I am actually just talking after taking a nap, so if my voice sounds a little different, it'll work its way in. I still have kind of like that sleepy voice, but this is what you get. This is what you get. Because I was taking care of myself. I had kind of a busy morning and I decided to just rest my eyes for a little bit and it felt really good, but I'm still a little groggy. This week is March 27th through April. Let's see if I can say that. I wouldn't say correctly. I say it the way that I deem feels good to me. I can't believe April's coming up here, and fortunately, it's on the weekend, so it's nice to have like this full week in March. And I'm also grateful that April 1st is on a Saturday. I do not like this holiday. I guess it's a holiday. I don't like it because I'm very much rooted in truth and gullible and like I fall for all of the April Fool's jokes. So I'm just kind of grateful that I'll wake up, it'll be a Saturday and whatever hijinks are out there, it's something I can enjoy on a day off so it doesn't affect my work day or anything like that. This will be the last time I'm using this candle. Again, this is Clarity, and I have felt very much that the month of March has been very clarifying for me. I'll go back over this last week, and it just feels actually quite amazing to be. It was a big month. It was a big month, even though it doesn't quite feel like it. It is. It was. It is, because right now I'm filming this on, usually it's a Saturday. Sorry, usually it's a Friday. I'm filming this on a Saturday here. So, yeah, I got a little too busy here with things, and let me pencil in some things here. So, ran up to my mom's today. Oh, probably run one. And we actually swapped these. You get to see me update this in real time. We had pizza tonight, and then our leftovers will be tomorrow night. Two days of leftovers there, which will be nice. It's nice to have like a weekend where you don't have to do much. It really is. So yeah, this last week was, next week will be big, but it had a lot of things, a lot of little details. Let's see, updates. So I haven't sold the mixer yet. If you've been following that saga, I've had people interested in messaging me, but, and I'm in no rush. So I did update a few of the settings, like, what's it called? Description on there just a little bit because people had some common questions. So I just updated it and it'll go when it goes. What else? But I did have, like, on my to-do list, let's kind of look at this, because I was like, so selling mixer, desk drawers, I did do. So this last week, kind of felt the bug of spring cleaning. I see a lot of people out there spring cleaning, and went through all my, so this is my desk. I have 5, 6, 7, went through all 7 drawers here. I didn't have a whole lot to donate. I actually found a lot to recycle. So a lot of it went to recycling. I have a little bit in a donation box. So then I proceeded on to I call it my locker because it is a tall white vertical bookshelf that has a door on it. So to me, it feels very much like my locker. I'll have to like explain that sometime because it's right next to my bedside, and what what do I keep in there? I keep candles, all of my planners, decks of cards, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it kind of feels like I open and shut it. But when I shut it for the night, it feels really nice not to see anything. So yeah, I went ahead and went through all of that as well. So there's some tech gear in there. There's perfumes. There are, what's in the very top? Oh, some stationery stuff. So yeah, went through that. Again, it was more recycling stuff, which I was kind of shocked about. It's like I was keeping some boxes of things. I did get rid of from my drawers here. There was a keyboard, an Apple keyboard that I had gotten with my first iMac in 2005, that it was an extended keyboard. And since 2005 is when I started my business, I love the extended keyboard with the numbers on it where you can do the numbers really quick. And I realized I have not used that since I got rid of my third iMac, I think. Yeah, because I had a white one, and then I had a silver one that I gave to my mom, and then another one that I recycled. So I loved iMacs. They really, because I had the big giant screens, and when I was doing web design, I needed that whole space to test out things. So I do miss having one, having a little laptop like this, like I'm filming on my laptop right now, and this is my iPhone. Very low key recording situation here. My iPhone is my best camera, and it's an iPhone 12 Max, and it does really well. Like I have other like real cameras, and they don't do as well. So I can see sometime maybe in the fall or next year upgrading, and it might make this even more clear. But yeah, that keyboard was really symbolic, and I was holding on to it for a while, and then I realized I don't need it. I don't need it. And Ridwell was having a recycle of those. So it went, and we'll find a new home. I'm sure someone who likes extended keyboards can still use it. It's just a USB plug-in. Update on these things here. I went to the chiropractor, and I did send my, this is not FU, this is follow-up with my doctor who is out. Someone else responded back, and I'm like, when is my doctor back? So I don't know. It's just kind of like nobody's responding right now. I got my facial routine down, as I mentioned last week. I just was using hand soap on my face. I know. I mostly do like a scrub in the shower. That's kind of, it's one of those St. Ives kind of scrubs, and I do that in the shower. But any other time, if I'm just getting ready or something, I'll just like, because I shower at night, so like in the mornings, I would just use like hand soap. But I knew it was harsh. So I got some, what is it called? Begins with a C. I'll remember it in a moment. Anyway, but I got like a facial cleanser, proper one. And oh, it's not a C. It's Neutrogena. There's no C in it whatsoever. I think I'm thinking C for cleanser or something. I don't know. I got the cleanser. I got a little bit of toner, which looks like water. I don't know what it's quite doing, but it's not. It doesn't have any alcohol in it. And then a good moisturizer after that. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just keeping it. I'm just upgrading it a little bit, and it feels really good. It's not like I wasn't clean. It was just that I wasn't really taking care of that. And I'm 45, well, soon to be. And I don't know, I kind of bare bones it. I don't wear makeup, so I just want to feel nice. And that was the same steps I took for my hair in the last part of last year. And yeah, I've been loving that because now I have some steps that I'm doing. So there's actual steps and routines I'm doing for those. And it makes me feel better overall. And I think that's really important. Music. I've been playing a lot of music in the car, and I did some during the day while I was working, so that definitely worked out. Website is coming along. There's been kind of a slow lull because there was more videos I was watching this week, so I'll put that down. Because I did. And I did work on the website at the beginning of the week. It's just that it kind of like, I had a lot of domestic stuff towards the end of the week. I had to go grocery shopping, which I'll put here. And the ER bill is stuck. This has been, I went to the ER February 9th, and everything's okay. I am going to see my gynecologist in a few weeks and follow up with that. But they covered most of it. They say the copay is what it's supposed to be, but then there's like this bit in limbo. So they just need to talk to one another. The insurance says it covered it all, but the copay. Now the other place needs to like wrap that up. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it though. I just want it to be behind me. Like, you just want to take those like bigger things and put them behind you. Therapy was really good. Flow, going to work and learning definitely worked. So this is going to be forwarded. This is going to be forwarded. What are my thoughts here? So I did, like, I was doing a lot of cleaning on Fridays. Laundry, bathrooms, wiping up the kitchen, that kind of stuff. And it felt really good going into the weekend. I have to say this week, for some reason, where was I doing laundry? Did some here and here. So it was really nice not to have to do any yesterday or today or this weekend. So I'm wondering if just focusing midweek when I'm looking at food, and maybe Wednesdays are going to be like my domestic day, meal planning, getting the food order, picking it up here. Like, I'm kind of wondering about a new day for that because I was having it on Fridays. It's a little easier to like throw a load in for me while I'm kind of, I don't know if it's running errands especially, but like taking a quick break from work, throwing a load in. We have a very small house. For me, laundry is easy. And I know that's not true for everyone. I know that's not true. As I mentioned, I know I'm kind of repeating myself. We used to have a much longer house. It was always one level. Personally, like, I grew up in a 2-level house, and that was hard. Like, you got to bring everything downstairs and then back upstairs. But yeah, our last house, it was just on very opposite ends of the house. And this is like literally 20 feet, 15 feet, if that. Probably 10 or 15 feet. I have to drag the hamper, and that's it. So, and then we have places for everything when we're putting them away or drying them. We have places. And it's taken a long time to kind of set all that up, and it works. It works for me. Anyway. Let's see, there was a follow-up with the school, and we started a new thing for my son where I think when you heard the spicy me, the spicy me was partly health related, as in I was not treated well at an appointment. They got back to me, they talked to people, and then they said, hey, do you want to see a different doctor here? And I said, hell no. Sorry for my language. And, I mean, I swear all the time. I know there could be little ones listening right now. But the other spiciness was last week was kind of some friction with the teacher. And now we tried something this week of having a digital to-do list, and it really helped. Really, really helped. And so we're kind of going back and forth. The IEP meeting's coming up. And so it was nice to kind of touch base and kind of give some feedback over the week. And then I'm going to touch base on Monday. Scheduled a Cairo. There's my chiropractor's going on vacation, had to fit in 2 for April. So it really helped to like, right here, he only has like a month planned in advance. So I hopped on it first thing here. Many of these days, I just kind of followed what the plan was. And that kind of was calming. I think maybe I mentioned that the week before. Some of this, I don't remember. But, I got my son, I don't think I'll talk about it quite yet, but he's kind of been emotional about some things. There's some things he's trying to wrap his head around, and it's really hard and it's really emotional for him. So I got that therapy set up. If you go through like their contact page on their website, it takes them forever. I don't know why. But if you just call them, you can get an appointment right then. It takes a little time over the phone to kind of go back and forth. But the person that we're going to meet, they were saying, hey, every other week. And I said, no, I need like some consistency of like every week. But we grabbed her like every other week at like 3 p.m. But that wasn't, it was going to be a tight squeeze. So I emailed her and she's like, oh, you know what? I just had a 5 p.m. at every week open up. So we grabbed that. It's virtual. She seems really nice. So we can't start this next week because he has camp. But yeah. And we'll see how it goes. Like I don't know if he'll open up over time, but I think I got to try. We got to try a modality of some kind. There was some personal thing. Oh, I did my hair last night. Washed my hair. I don't do it as often, so it's usually every 5 days. Sometimes a little longer. I just kind of like, I love my products. I love it when it's nice and clean. But it's so long and stuff that it takes a lot of effort to wash it and get it all blow dried and everything. And so I don't do it as often because it does take a while to do. So I try to do like every 5 days, and like on the third day is when I like spray some, what's it called? Dry shampoo in. I don't know if you need to know that. The one thing that popped up today was, I was going to clean out under the bed and make some teriyaki sauce. I can go make the sauce after this, but yeah, under the bed, I think I'll do it tomorrow because it's getting late, but Dropbox. So I've had a Dropbox account for a long time, and it really helped me when I was doing all my web design and stuff like that. Logos, branding, all that kind of stuff. And you're delivering a lot of digital files to somebody. But I don't do that anymore. It's like the stuff I can send to somebody can go through email. So the stuff I have up there is just a lot of backups of things. And my yearly renewal was coming up here in mid-April. And I said, you know what? It's 2 terabytes up there. And I have like 75% full, but I don't have that much space on my laptop. I think I have a terabyte. So what I want to do is put it all on an external drive. And so I thought, I thought maybe I'll just clean it up, which I still can. But then my husband and I were talking. He used to be on IT work. So I was like, could I just pull it all down from Dropbox and put it on an external drive? And he's like, yeah, that could work. So I just ordered an external drive. It's a 2 terabyte. I have a 1 terabyte. Let's see. This is the one that I love. It's these little guys. This is a 1 terabyte here. But yeah, I'll just get another one of these. This has been working great. This is what I put all my backup videos and things on. And I just ordered that right before hopping on here, and it'll come mid next week. I was having trouble buying it off of Amazon. Like, they were backed up. I don't know why. So I just went through B&H Photo, which is in New York. This is touching back to my past. So I went to college for photography. And so B&H Photo has been like one of those places where, you buy your camera equipment and all that kind of stuff. But now they have all digital. And so it was kind of nice to patronize their store again. Yeah, so that'll be a project this next week, and I'll get it on my list. So here I'm just going to put SSD because I ordered that. And I feel really good because I've been meaning to kind of do that. It may be that some of the content on there fits on my 1 terabyte drive, but then I have a 2 terabyte moving forward in case I do some bigger video stuff than this. My video processes are like, I film this, but the giant file that I have for this plan with me, I don't keep. I just keep like the final edited one. So they're smaller. They're much smaller, but also they're all up on YouTube too, and they're all dated. And this is literally dated. So it's not like I can like go and post them somewhere else. It's going to be all very dated information. It's kind of like if these videos disappeared in a month, nobody's going to go back and really check that much. I mean, sometimes I used to go back and watch some people's, like maybe back a month, just to kind of get the gist of what they were talking about, what's in their lives and everything like that. But, other than that, they just kind of move on. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, and then I touched base with a good colleague of mine. We had a great talk. Sarah, sometimes she watches. I don't know if she watches these, but hi, Sarah, if you do. And I just loved our conversation. I thought it was so cool. I had no idea what she had coming up next, and I was so excited for her. And that's all I'll say. But yeah, that was really cool. Really cool. And I'm also looking at a lot of changes this next 3 months. We have some deadlines coming up for multiple things. And it's kind of a transition. So come July, it's going to be very different. Very different. I'm going to say June, July could be very, very different. As I mentioned, we're still in limbo through Disney because my husband works for them. But they finally announced this last week why we're still in limbo, and it's because all the lists are being given to the managers on who to keep and who to let go. So, and that was public knowledge. That's been in articles out there. And so we still don't know. And we're okay. We're okay. We'll find out. I will say by the mid to end of April, we'll know. We'll know for sure. It's kind of weird because there have been some layoffs already there. So these are more like long-term, setting up the right sets of people. So I could get in touch in the next week or so here and have some more news for you. So I went through all the wins and everything. So my son really focused this last week and got all his homework done. He's enjoying finally a weekend. He's really focusing on daily doing homework, and he was on board. He's on board. So we're just so proud of him. Having that digital to-do list was a huge game changer for the week. The food order went really well. We got everything. We only had one thing to swap out, which was great. It was what we already designated was the swap out, and yeah, I love it when things go really well. Um, let's see what else. Got therapy set up. Got some emails that, like, I had some people I needed to contact, so it was really nice to get that done. Went back to the chiropractor, felt really good on Friday after going. I was like, I try to go every 2 weeks, and I had skipped all of February, got my 2 in for March, and now I have 2 scheduled for April. I try to, just stay on top of it. But I feel that effect of going every 2 weeks, and it just helps so much because my ribs kind of slide out of place and can be very painful. My hips are misaligned, so and it's how I sit. If you sit on your foot a lot, your hips and therefore then your whole spine can get out of whack. And so I try not to sit on my legs, but it's part of being neurodiverse. You want to sit on your foot or your leg to feel that pressure. It's kind of like if I just press down on my hand right now, it's very calming. It's one of the self-soothing things. And so it's very hard to find a substitute for that, but there's other things. Sometimes if I wear, I was going to say like maybe something like leggings that kind of hug your legs a little bit more, that can be a little calming, or a weighted blanket or something like that. Yeah, but there is a reason why it's happening. What else? Did get some website work done at the beginning. Like there's a lot set up. I actually did do a lot of coding work. So I was doing more like organizing. I can't say it right. Organizing. There we go. And design work. And then this last week, I did all the coding that kind of makes it a whole lot easier to edit. Let's see. Oh, there's still that meeting I needed to watch. Let's see. Oh, we're going back and forth on getting the IEP meeting scheduled. Counselor contacted me. She's like, hey, how about 7:45? And I am literally rolling out of bed then and trying, to help get my son out the door. So that's not going to work. So I said, I can do after. She's like, okay, 3:15. I'm like, no, that's like my son's walking out to get picked up then. Because I think she was thinking we'd be in person. And I said, no, we need to do Zoom because I'm immunocompromised and I can't be in a big school. And I mean, if I had to, if it was an emergency, I could go up there and do it. But this is not an emergency situation, so we're not doing that. So it's just like, it's just a lot of back and forth. Some lessons. I thought this was really interesting. I've been practicing this where if I put it on my to-do list, like if I get some things done and then I put something on my to-do list I really don't want to do. Like I'm just like, it feels like really hard. If I get those other things done, then I allow it can be up to an hour to kind of keep looking at this one to-do list I don't want to do, to-do list item. And I mull it over and then I start picturing myself doing it. And my mind kind of comes around to like wrapping my mind around a task and then doing it. It's like there are times where I can't picture myself doing it. I'm just like, no, my body needs rest or my mind is too overwhelmed or whatever. And then, but if I'm making a lot of progress and then I look at my kind of floating to-do list, like I don't have to do it that day, but then I sit there, I'm going, okay, you know what? I have an extra hour or so here. And I'm kind of like, maybe I'll be doing some things on the side where it's just small things, like I'm recycling something around the house, like I'll get up and process something or make a snack or get a snack ready for my son or just like, all those little things in the day. And I find that if I have just a little empty space to start going, well, could I? I kind of go, well, could I do it? Because I can be very resistant to certain tasks. It can be really hard. Like there's certain tasks where I shouldn't be like afraid of doing them, and I should be able to kind of slide in and do them, but there's just this resistance, and it's part of being neurodivergent. It just is that there's certain tasks where you just are like, nope, I can't do it, or I'm really trying over and over and over trying to do it, and it just won't. Like, I can't force myself to. But then I just kind of sit with it, and I give myself compassion, and I'm just like, I know you don't want to do it right now, but is there a possibility? And when I say, is there a possibility, that's when I start picturing myself like, okay, this is a phone call. So you're going to pick up your phone and you're going to dial the number, and then you're going to wait on hold for a while, and then you're going to talk to somebody. And in the past, every time you've talked to somebody, they've been really nice. I can have a lot of phone anxiety because with my audio processing, sometimes I misunderstand what they say. So I have to be very conscious of saying, oh, could you repeat that back to me? I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that? You know, stuff like that. So, yeah. And so this was part of like gearing myself up to get my son's therapy scheduled and stuff like that. So yeah, I was just kind of proud. I kind of worked my way through it because it was on my list, but it was like one of those friction points where I'm just like, can't I just push this tomorrow? It just feels uncomfortable. But then I was like, no, I have this little time and space to ponder what it's like to complete that. And that was the hump I needed to get over. Moving on. There's camp days coming up. So let me get this done first. And let's see, how much time have we been? Oh, it's a half an hour already. So I'm going to get these transferred over, and then we're just going to do that whole week. I know it's kind of backwards today, but that's okay. Do I have health appointments? No. And I'm not checking my blood pressure as much because I got those numbers in. But I can tell that I'm stressed about things. I could see when I'm like, my stress was coming up about my husband's work. Stress was coming up about my upcoming period because I had abnormal things happening last month. And so there was a lot of anxiety about all of those, but I could see that in my blood pressure numbers, and I could see them coming back down also. So I might check it a little bit more because I'm between my periods now. And so I would like to see if that anxiety's kind of fallen down a little bit, and we know we're not hearing right away about his jobs. Maybe it's a little lower this week. It would be interesting to see that. I'm going to keep up my facial routine. And I just realized I got a new pen, and we've had friction pens before. This is let's see if you can see it there. It's Friction Synergy Clicker Erasable 0.5. Yeah. I've tried these before, and they have not been my favorite, but I did see someone using these. These are a little different tip. It's a very fine tip, and I know you can't see that. Anyway, I was going to try doing this on my weekly part here, and it's going to be a little uncomfortable. We're going to see about that, but here I'll just use pencils since I'm already in this. Flow is going towards business because not health stuff right now. The IEP scheduled. It's pretty much, but I want to make sure that that is done. Therapy. ER bill. And I might do a check-in on that. Usually if I communicate to the billing department, they're like, oh yeah, we'll get on What else? End of month. Well, I guess that's an end. Okay. End of month. And so there's kind of a reset routine that I go through for my finances, which I will talk about in just a moment. And music's been really helping, so I'm going to do that. Whoa. And I'll do website and videos. There's a few more videos. So let me put the dots down for these. Whoops. Yeah, I think my nap kind of threw me off a little bit here. I'm more talkative. It's just where I am right now. Just where I am. Oh, take down art. You know what? I don't think I'm ready for that. That might be like a later date thing. I was going to adjust. Well, that's the thing. So pretty much everything here is in my bedroom. And I kind of realized some of the art in here wasn't quite, like I have a lot of art on the walls everywhere. That was my son coughing. I hope he's okay. I think they might need something. I might pause the video real quick, but anyway, I have been going through everything here. I've gone through all my clothing. I've gone through my desk and everything, and now under the bed. And I thought, okay, the last thing I could do is like audit the walls, right? Kind of clean those up a little bit. And so that is something I kind of want to do. But I don't think I want to do it this week. This is going to be kind of a big week because my son is going to need some support. And with the reset of the month, I'm going to do an extra reset video and reset all of my finance stuff, which is getting easier every time. I also wanted to make a comment that this, normally I write in all caps. Kind of like this, or sometimes it's cursive. This handwriting right here is how I used to write in high school. And when I was doing it, I was like, oh, I remember writing this way. It's more bubbly. And so I thought that was really interesting. Okay. So finally to the spread. And I think I'm going to take a really quick break. You're not going to see it, but I need to take a quick break and check on some things. Okay, I'm back. I also got my cards here. So just need to check up on the family. This week, we literally had snow last night. So I was tempted to put some snowflakes, but this week is not forecast for snow. So I have these. These are kind of my tail end. And then I have a whole nother sheet of spring. So I thought, when I was driving around today, I actually saw people using their wheelbarrows. Everyone was out after snowing last night. Then it was a nice day and everyone was out in their gardens, being a Saturday. So I thought, you know what? And there was a little hummingbird that buzzed around me when I went up to my mom's. So I thought, hey, why don't I go ahead and put these down? So I also found these. They're kind of, I've used this middle one before, but I have not used these. And I thought, you know, I wanted something a little different. So I put my pencil off to the side. We're going to try this. Now I already have some pencil kind of in here, but do I want to put this on? See, I felt like these might be a little too busy. So it's either this, which I've done before, or this. It looks a little bit more summery with the plaid, but you know what? I need something a little happy. So I think that's what I'll do. I have a little bit of a ridge here. It's more of a ridge here. Well, these are my bookmarks here, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. So the other big thing was that I I've been raving about this spreadsheet that I've been using, and I finally set one up for my business, and it was really nice. Like, I knew how to use it, and I could just dive in and make another copy to my Google Drive, and then go in, and my business has, you know, a whole lot less of transactions going through it than, you know, your family, all the different transactions that are coming through for bills and all that kind of stuff. But my business, I have mainly just some services going through, and I was auditing them and making sure. And so that's where Dropbox came up, and I was like, you know, maybe I should have a little different look at if I pay for it. And so here I'm going to do a small change, because my son has this camp here that goes until 9. I actually kind of want this open. Yeah. Anyway, I was like, I can pay one time for an SSD. Now, I think Dropbox is very convenient if you are, it looks a little crooked, if you are sharing files. I do see the benefit of it. Excuse me. I just don't use it that way anymore. And so I'm trying to like cut back. The other thing I'm cutting back on is domain names. I love me a domain name. I'll get an idea and then I'll go and buy one. Unfortunately, they're not too expensive, but they do add up over time. And yeah, there was like a lot this year that I was letting go of. Yeah. So yeah, there's this big gap here. I could put a little thing here, but I don't think like having it go down here is going to help much. So I kind of like that. This is kind of fun. I think that feels good. And so then we'll put some springtime. I mean, it feels a little picnicky. That's a different kind of blue here. But it might be nice to ride bikes this week. What else could I? A little bit of color over here. Oh, there are, we do have our landscapers coming. And here I kind of want, now I know this isn't the birdhouse that well, we'll put this bird. This bird is right outside their birdhouse. Like that, but I know hummingbirds have a different one, but we'll do that here or down here. No, I like it down here a little better. And then we'll put a couple. This will be nice. Friday. And do I want this last one kind of up here or down here? I like it in both places. And we used up that. Because we have some buses up here. I think I like it down here. Let's see. And then I was going to see if any of these kind of in here were a little bit more green. Let's see. I have my green ones here though. So I was kind of looking at these green blue. Yeah, it's kind of in between here, right? Like these and then into this and then into the most bluest ones are like right here. I guess this is a bit more green leaning than blue. No, I think they're more blue. I mean, this is green, but it's in the eye of the beholder, right? Actually, so I'm going to do my card from last. So I'll write that first, and then I know how many dots to put. So this part's going a little quicker. So for those who are new, I pull a card every week. It just helps center me. This is my spirituality in my life. This is not the only thing, but yeah, I lean more towards nature and those kind of rhythms. Let's see, what other thoughts? Yeah, I'm really excited about the spreadsheet. Just really, I don't know. I've been scared of money for a long time. And now I'm just constantly like taking care of it, nurturing it, and taking next steps. And it feels really good. It's really good. But then that you can get too obsessed with it. And I gotta, you know, pull back sometimes and go, well, you know, really nothing is happening as in, you know, you processed all your transactions, you balanced everything, and you're like, okay, it's time to put it away and go look at other things. But it's just great to have everything planned and getting ahead of everything. So that just feels really good. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Justice. Let's see here. Your action. Oh, all your actions have a ripple effect. Is your future and past self proud? Now, I know I picked this one not too long ago, but it's a good reminder to have. So let me, ooh, okay, this is my first time writing with this pen and this. I do have some anxiety over it. I don't use pens in my planners. I just don't, because I often, so often, am scribbling something out or erasing something. So we're going to see how this goes. So we'll write it here. Okay, think of it like a pencil. I think I want to give a little space here. Okay. All your actions have a ripple effect, effect. Is your, shouldn't it be are your? I know she had some typos in this. I do also know that you need to let this dry a little bit. Maybe I'll come back to that. And past self proud. Like I do write in pen in other spots. I find that so weird. The pen is erasable, but and also amazing. I'm gonna say are. Your. There. Okay, that was my first venture out into pen in here. Now I know it's darker. That's the key thing, is like when I'm writing in pencil, it is kind of hard to see these things. Okay, so I just thought of something. I need to get these. Do I have another one? Yeah. Here we go. Getting all of these for appointments and things. So I have so I'll be doing this and icons. So these are my icons here. And I have a therapy here. That's at 2 p.m. Oh, I messed up already. I like to put a little checkbox. Oh, I like that. It may be a year from now, I'm loving these pens. And that's all I use going forward. I don't know. I don't know what it will be. I was just thinking I probably wanted a different color, but the yellow's kind of matching the school buses there. I don't have any Cairo here. And I have those. We do have yard mowers coming this week. That's a whole story sometime. Although I think I've talked about how it can be, it's just such a huge yard out there, and my husband and I have horrible allergies. But it wasn't, yeah, so that's a story. Oh, I did get, here's a little mini story. I put this on for last week for getting my blood pressure medication here, right there. And I ordered it 2 weeks ago. And usually if I order it locally, it'll come pretty quickly. Like almost within a day or two. But they had to, they did overnight it. But since it was in the national system, it comes from like anywhere. But 2 weeks. It's good to know that it takes 2 weeks for them to get it all the way. So, but then I have a 90-day supply. So that was nice. My husband is going to be driving here. Yeah. I don't have... So these little coffee cups are reminding me that, so I usually put one of these down when I'm getting an infusion because I treat myself to a little coffee afterwards. I do use the Starbucks app. I put some cash on the card because you get some points back. The last few months, they changed they keep changing. And I know they've always done this, is like how much are those star points worth? So they changed it, I think February 13th, which was the day I was having my infusion. So I'm like, great. All those points I just had, I can't get a free coffee now. And then I also just got an email saying, oh, by the way, the points are going to expire before your next infusion. And I'm like, you know what? I give up. I try to have discounts and points when I can, but I'm also not going to like chase them. I'm not going to be like, do I get a coffee on a day off and then still pay for it on my infusion days, or just go with whatever is happening on that infusion day? And that's kind of the latter is kind of where I'm sitting. It's like, you know what? If I get a discount, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. I'm doing my reset video here because I think this day that they are out would be a good day to do that. And then, oh, my son and husband are playing video games out there. Oh, I have more. Oh, okay. Well, then I think I might. Because I can't get these stickers anymore. I think I'll put that on that side. Oh, let me take a look at that real quick. That may not be where I want it. These are kind of some miscellaneous stickers. That's the other thing is, not this week, but maybe next week. I have like a bunch of stickers I was about to donate or get rid of. And I'm like, you know what? What if I tried just limiting myself to only using those and seeing what happens? So I'm kind of wondering about forcing myself to do that. So I'm going to take, oh, different eraser. I don't know if that other eraser works. But I also don't want to gum it up. You know, don't want to mess it up that way. So I think I'm going to move this down a little further. I already have this marked in my business planner, but film, reset. Now, what I'm noticing with this pen is like you get that kind of inky. Sometimes it makes it a little blurry. I think that's why I like pencils more, but I'm okay. I'm okay with trying the pen this week. It's going well. I think so. So let me get these in pen so it feels more consistent. And then my next part is, where did I, here it is. I put like school hours on here, but let's get these in a little further. And these are kind of wavy lines. Let's see if I can make that a little straighter. Let's see. There are like less, I think the pen doesn't do all these like eraser stuff. But I'm used to eraser stuff. Let's see. Having things easier to read because they're in pen, I'm generally for 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're getting late. Getting home late. Here. Okay, so that definitely is easier to read. What else? So I film here, record here. I'm going to say plan here instead of order because we just did this giant order. And I do usually do plants, although I just did some major. We'll tend to the plants again. Plant sticker. Need my plant sticker. Here we go. You go right there. What else? What else? So yeah, we have mowers coming. We have yard waste. And that's like all. If there's any other appointments, I'm pushing them to next week. It's just too much, too much. So we're going to put these. How does that look? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. These are a bit more bluey, but you know what? Those don't look too far off. Let's see, one more. I gotta see if she has any teal ones. But I wouldn't order any till till fall. Usually it's Black Friday sales. So we're going to put sleep and water. Water's the number one thing that I'm working with right now. That it's been a little hard. Website work. Music, yeah. Because I do forget. And then homework. So I can finish these up here and here. And I did here. I didn't do that today. Water I have been drinking today. And sleep was good today. So I'll finish that up tomorrow. I have like under the bed here, cleaning out underneath. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm looking at it a little bit more right here and thinking it's going to be a next week thing. So, but if I do get it done early, I'll just check it off. And website. Field trip is going to be the biggest. Is it IE? It is. I before E, huh? Oh. I swapped. I was getting used to like using my pencil here. Okay. Let's give this a chance. So actually I'm going to reorder these. So field trip is our number one thing that we are accomplishing this week. And then website. And then under bed. Oh, resets. And then I'll leave the last one kind of blank there. Yeah. And I think this weekend we're just going to decompress because this is going to be a lot. This will be a lot. And then we actually go into our spring break. So actually, I think I'm going to put spring break here. Because I do have it for April. I have a sticker down. Is this it? That's my infusion. Here. So I have spring break starts and ends here. But yeah. Anything else that I want to get on here? The reset will be live here. So let me... I put out my reset videos the last day of the month. Ooh, this is hard to write on because it's whenever there's the edge here, it's hard to write on here. Plan with me here. And my podcast goes up here. I've been getting into my podcast again. There was a little lull and I just needed I was a little burnt out and tending to other things. Anything else? Well, I don't have my meal plan down and that's okay because I kind of fill that out as I go. And I feel like I'm missing something though. I got the hours on. I got the main things done. I think I'm thinking, well, there's this color. That's what it is. I'm thinking I need to go back here, but this is already done. And I kind of liked the order that I did things in. So what color? I think I'm going to use this. The Makselife, the spiritual one. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, that's good. Is there anything else I want to track? So now this is a little bit closer to that. And that's okay. There's bright blue here. So it kind of goes bright blue and then these and then this and then this and then into the green. And these are much tealer. Tealer? Is that a word? No, it's not. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to track here. And I'll think about that. Like I'm kind of... Oh, facial stuff? No, I don't. To me, it's not hard to remember. These are the things that I want to feel accomplished. So to me, it's like if I'm still... the facial stuff, it just kind of fits into my schedule, if that makes sense. And so I'm just kind of doing it. Whereas water, I'm just like, I need to stay on that. I need to mark this off. Sometimes I totally forget. So yeah, that's my reasoning there. I think that's it. Thank you for joining me once again. Excuse me, on your way out, if you don't mind hitting like and subscribe if you'd like to stick around and catch more of these. The last few ones have been very chatty, lots of little stories about different things and some repetition. And it's hard for me to kind of remember what I've talked about, but I just had to think here at the end. I just really appreciate everyone who tunes in, and it really is special that you come and share these. I think it's really amazing to tune in to what people are up to every week and why they do the things they do and how they fit everything in. I don't have a lot of to-do things on here, but as you can see, like my past weeks, I fill things out usually on Mondays, and they can get really stacked up with stuff along the way. And I have the most important things in here that are time sensitive, and the rest I just kind of fill in when I have energy. And it just depends how I wake up that day. Every day depends. And so that's why I use erasable anything, whether it's pen or pencil. I need to be able to move things around. So I have to say, I don't hate the pen. I don't hate it. I thought I would absolutely hate it because I really don't like pen. I like pen in different ways. Like if I'm just making a to-do list and it's okay for it to be messy, that's fine. With something like this where things are constantly moving around, I was kind of worried. But I also like how readable this is, and especially on camera, it works a whole lot better. So let me know if this actually looks a lot more readable to you, and I'll stick with it. I think it feels good until it doesn't, and then I'll switch back. But I also feel like I want to put, this will be my last thing here. I'm going to put a little flower here. And maybe a little tulip. Oh, that's an interesting tulip. There, that's a little tulipy. I just feel like something is kind of calling me to do little flowers there. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this community. If you have any questions about why I do what I do, please answer them. I'll answer them. You ask them. I'm here to, like, if you're kind of stuck on something, like something's not working in your planner, something's not working in your life, ask a question. I would love to answer it in the comments below. And I usually get back to you within a day. Sometimes it's not like within the hour because I'm being a mom and sometimes I have my off days, but usually within a day, I'll get back to you. So take care, everyone. Have a great week. Have a great entry into April. And I'll see you next time. Next time will be April, all April. Oh my gosh, I can't even wrap my head around that. Take care, everyone. Bye.